So my dear friends, in concept 9, we are going to learn exceptional provisions of the capital gain chapter. Before learning the exceptional provisions, let us revisit what is normal. If there is a capital asset and the capital asset is transferred, if there is a capital asset and the capital asset is transferred during the previous year, then capital gain chargeability will happen. Imagine you and me are very close friend, and in year one, you have sold the property to me. You have transferred the property. Asset is transferred. Okay. But I did not pay consideration to you. I paid consideration to you in year 3. Okay. This is the year of consideration. I paid you consideration. Mark my word, my dear friend, you have to pay tax in year 1. You did not receive the money, but you have transferred the property because the taxable event, a taxable event in capital gain chapter is capital gain chapter is date of transfer or year of transfer. You have to pay tax in the year of transfer. Okay. So if you have transferred in year 1, you have to pay tax in year 1, whether you have received the full consideration, half consideration, part of the consideration, or even a zero consideration, you have to pay tax in the year of transfer. Another example would be if in year 1 you have taken the consideration, but you did not transfer the property, you don't have to pay the tax. Okay. You have to pay tax in that year when property is transferred. So in year 2, if you have transferred the property, if this is the year of transfer, then the chargeability will be in year 2, but you have already received the money in year 1. So capital gain chargeability normally, please understand, I'm saying normally, the chargeability of the capital gain chapter is not linked with the consideration under section 45 subsection 1. Therefore, I proudly say year of tax here is equal to year of transfer, not year of receipt of money. Year of tax is equal to year of transfer is very important understanding you need to draw from section 45 subsection 1. But this rule is having 4 exceptions. Again, I'm repeating my sentence. Capital gain is the full of exceptions. Capital gain chapter is the full of exceptions. So these 4 exceptions, CCDS. CCDS is a family that may create some kind of confusion in exam. It is having capacity to create confusion in exam. Therefore, if question comes from CCDS category, my dear friend, if question comes from CCDS category, you have to be very much cautious about the question, concerned about the question. You have to absorb the data appropriately and apply the data. You cannot be casual while solving the question on CCDS. Conversion of capital asset into stock in trade. This is the first example. Compulsory acquisition, destruction of capital asset by NERFA, and specified agreement real estate. Okay. So how are we going to learn this now? Whenever CCDS come, I will give you practical example. But before learning something exceptional, let us learn something which is understandable, which is normal, general, 90% scenario case, and that is transfer of capital asset in ordinary consideration, ordinary situation. Okay. The consideration here will be full value of consideration, actual amount received, year of tax will be year of transfer, and let us do one example on each situation. On section 45 subsection 1, one example. RP, my name, has acquired a property in Mumbai for 10 lakh rupees as on 30th June 2001. Okay. So in 2001, I have acquired one property in Mumbai for 10 lakh rupees. This is my cost of acquisition. Further, he has incurred 20 lakh rupees as the cost of improvement on 18th November 2013. This is my cost of improvement. Finally, he sold his house for 250 lakh as on 31st March 2021 after paying brokerage at 2%. I have paid brokerage of 2%. Mr. RP purchased another house property at Trivandrum for 120 lakh. Okay. So this is the tax planning. The last is the tax planning effect of section 54. Effect of section 54. Compute the capital gain, and they have provided the indexation current year to 301, 13, 14, 220, and obviously base year is 100. That you should know. How do we start with this particular solving the question? Assessee is equal to RP, legal status individual, residential status OR, AY 2122, PY 2021, PAN dash. So computation of long-term capital gain. How do I know it is a long-term capital gain? Because period of holding is more than Period of holding is more than, can you please tell me how many months? Period of holding is more than how many months? Guys, period of holding is more than how many months? Why this property is long-term property? Why not I'm computing short-term capital gain? Period of holding here is more than 24 months. Period of holding is more than 24 months. So why have you written 24 months? Why not 36 months? Because we are talking about house property, which is land and building, obviously, and land and building becomes long-term after a period of holding of 24 months. So full value of consideration 250 lakh. From 250 lakh, we have to subtract transfer expenses of 5 lakh. Net consideration is 245 lakh. And from net consideration, now we have to subtract two items, index cost of acquisition and index cost of improvement. How do I compute index cost of acquisition? Cost of acquisition into CII of transfer year divided by CII of acquisition year. So 10 lakh into 301 divided by 100 is equal to 30.1. And for improvement, index cost of improvement is equal to cost of improvement multiply by CII of transfer year divided by CII of improvement year. So 20 lakh multiplied by 301 divided by 220 is equal to 27.36. 27.36. If you put this data here, my long-term capital gain is 187.54. I am not mentally prepared to pay tax on this kind of huge capital gain. So obviously, as a tax advisor, you advise me, because I have sold the house property, please repurchase the property. If I repurchase the property, I'll be eligible under section 54 to claim an exemption. So I have taken that particular exemption of 54 of purchase of new house property. If I purchase new house property, I will get a deduction here, and the balance is taxable long-term capital gain 67.54. The tax rate of this particular capital gain is, this is taxable at 20% under section 112. A normal capital gain is taxable at the rate of 20% under section 112. I hope you understood the basic computation mechanism here. Whether basics are clear? How do we compute capital gain in ordinary circumstances? Is it clear? Good.